is it gonna be? Oh, drove it all the way from San Francisco. I am doing it with one single hand. Push it out, put it back in. Guess what this does? Look at that. So much better than not having it. Refer to this size right away. Name one car that has this nice interior. I will show you the light operation momentarily. And look at this thing. Default trailer, carrier mode, unified ambient lighting throughout the entire cabin. This door handle, it's unique. Extended snorkel going like that. That actually is a spoiler. The build quality of this thing, oh my god. Welcome to CarSceneKorea. I introduce newly released Genesis, Hyundai, and Kia cars. As you guys saw from the thumbnail, I am here for this car right here in front of me, Kia Tasman. And if you guys have been watching and following my channel, you guys know that I already have covered, well, it's not me to be precise, it was my wife Zuma. And today is the first time ever this Kia Tasman being revealed to the public officially. There's a lot of announcement and loud background noise going on, so please bear with me. There are a couple of trims here in Korea, a regular model if you will, and the X-Pro, which this car is. The car is slapped around Dyna Pro AT2 Extreme. Let me zoom in on the size. It's 265/70 17-inch all around. This is 1 series off-roading tire. The front of the car has the wishbone type, double wishbone I believe, and I should be able to see it from this angle. I do have a bit of hard time looking at it, but you can see that it has a long stretched spring to meet the crazy vertical movement that this car will be having going to places, going to off-roads. Kia came up with a brilliant place to market first ever pickup truck used from Kia. There's another model, Tasman, inside the dome, which I will show you momentarily. I mean, it is the flicker you guys are seeing on the screen. Of course, it is a solid light to human eyes. There is a star map signature lighting, penetrating design language and theme of latest Kia cars. You can see it abundantly at the tip right here. There's a lot of discrepancy, love and hate relationship with the front of the design. Well, because number one, it does not look like any traditional or conventional pickup truck that we have been seeing. That front radiator grille, a lot of people say that it should have been stretched out all the way to where that parting design is. Have that grille enlarged all the way to the outer end, covering up the entire front of the car, and have the Kia badge right in the middle of the radiator grille like many of the pickup trucks do. You see this parting line right here? It is supposed to be the boundary between the front radiator grille, and there is that discontinuation of the curve and the design right there at one point, giving more design to the front look of the vehicle. However, because the curvature is somewhat smooth, you see, it's a little hard to tell unless you look at it from the profile, the side view almost. If you don't look at it from the sides, it's really hard to differentiate. It is what it is. This is Kia Tasman. Again, there is a lot of people who actually like the design for the very look of this Kia Tasman because it just does not look like any other pickup truck on the streets. Kia Tasman is unique on its own, that is for sure, especially the front look, the design on the top of the hood. If it wasn't there, it might have been a little too boring. However, there is the accent with the piano finish, piano black. And let's go to the rear of this car, which I dare to say is the most important part of this vehicle. Wouldn't you agree? So the car is loaded up with ski device from head. This is brilliant way of Kia showing, demonstrating the use of Kia Tasman. Load your stuff, things that you just cannot even imagine putting in sedans and city-driven SUVs. You can literally throw stuff in the bed, the truck bed, and it will fit. All of this is actually authentic OEM, genuine parts from Kia. There's a lot of people who love skiing, snowboarding during winter season. That's also including me. I've been snowboarding for 2 decades, I think. Once I'm done with the review today, there's a very good chance I would actually go up on that slope. I actually brought my gear just in case. So it's not just a random third party. When it is made from the manufacturer, we all know, we gotta admit that the quality is just top notch. The sports bar, which can be attached right onto the car, super sturdy and firm, of course, no issue whatsoever. You can slide it back and forth, set it to your needs. And also that tray as well, there is an accessory which will open and close automatically. Or wait a minute, I think this actually is the one that I just told you about. So the tray is fully automatic. You can push it, automatically operate it from this slide when needed. Look at the build quality of this thing. Oh my God. For the obvious reason, there's not every single accessory for this Tasman up for the display today. Kia showed us a lot about it at the launch event. So what you see here is near production model. And there is the side step on each side, which was also found on Hyundai Santa Cruz. That is the first pickup from Hyundai. And also there is one of the most important things for pickup trucks. That is, this car can tow up to 3,500 kilograms of towing capacity. And as for the truck bed payload, it's different depending on the model you get. It will be 1,000 kilograms for this X-Pro model, while it will be 1,200 kilos for baseline 4x2 model. And as for the truck bed, it is over 100 centimeters long with the bed down. Since I've been showing you the bottom and ground of this car, there is also ground view monitor, first ever from Hyundai Motor Group, which literally shows the ground view using the cameras attached, which is actually very useful when you do off-roads, going over rocks and gravels, where you need to take a good look at what you are going over, because you do not want to damage your under panel. Well, because last thing you want to do is damage what's underneath the car severely and have any fluid coming out of it. And having visual aid on the ground level, the floor certainly is a huge plus. For the extreme loads and performance, the rear has a leaf type suspension as many pickup trucks and utes use. This Kia Tasman underwent a lot of tests all around the globe in their proving grounds in deserts that Kia Tasman is really proud of. Kia also said that the results was far beyond their expectation. I cannot wait to test drive this vehicle. I will take this car to places, and this is all locked right now, but this is where the fuel cap is, and on the other side is, which can be locked and unlocked using this button and with your smart key, extra storage hidden right here. It also has rubber finish to it, so it is of course water resistant. Also want to show you what's inside the wheelhouse of Kia Tasman, and it just looks so robust and sturdy. Nothing like the wheelhouses that I have seen on latest Hyundai Motor Group cars. Usually it's finished with fabric-like material. Forget about the NVH, noise, vibration, and harshness on this car. Well, I'll take my words back. Kia Tasman actually worked on NVH even despite the fact that this car is a pickup and a ute. So before I go, I just want to quickly show you the interior, the wheelhouses, up close look of the vehicle, and the detail, which my channel is all about. And as for the doorstep, there are several designs that you can choose from. It seems like there is this uni doorstep, and there's another one with a bit of parting in between the two, and there's another version I've seen is attached right onto the side skirts. I mean, the more choices the better, but this door does look like the traditional side step from a pickup trucks. It looks so sturdy. Look at that. This car is without the sunroof, yet it has the scoop-like design on top, which is something that we've been seeing throughout the entire Kia Tasman. Once again, this car is without the sunroof, but there is sunroof available for this Kia Tasman. And the shark antenna right there. Also a power outlet. You'll see a lot of numbers written here and there because that is important when it comes to pickup trucks. Also keep an eye out for this. I will tell you about it inside, but that actually is a spoiler. And Kia Tasman also is designed to have a stretched extended snorkel going like that from the intake. I'll insert the footage and you can see where the intake is. It's located super high up from the ground. That way there is no trouble of you going over the creeks. So that's what the snorkels are for. That way the intake, the air, will never suck in any water into the engine. The clearance on this car is actually higher than the regular model, having the name X-Pro, right? So the X-Pro has 252 millimeters of ground clearance from the bottom up, whereas regular has 224 millimeters. And you can also include a bull bar in front of Kia Tasman, which is illegal, or I should say is prohibited ever since a long time ago here in Korea. However, there is one available for Australian market, so check out your local dealerships and websites if you are looking for that bull bar. Pretty sure there will soon be aftermarket parts, so you can have some fancy bull bars other than what Kia gave us. So just like any cars, or if not all cars I should say, the exterior, the look is really important. However, there is just so much more than what meets the eye with the Kia Tasman, which I will tell you all about it inside, because there are techs and features that simply is not directly visible to our human eyes. There's a lot for me to show you and cover inside the interior, and not to mention about the test drive. We will soon see this car running around in next couple of months here in Korea, so stay tuned for that and come back to my channel for that. And let's head inside before I get too far away from the dome. But I just have to give you this view. Look at this. Never thought that I would actually come down to a ski slope to do a car review. Obviously, the car outside was more off-roady than this car right here. But anyhow, it is both X-Pro. I will capture and come up with another video of a regular model if I find one. So this car right here is Interstellar gray. Obviously, it's really hard to get the car without people inside. A pre-production car, so what you see here might be different, but this is another brilliant way of utilizing the space. I mean, look at this. It is actually connected all the way to the other side. So you can open it up all the way from here and to here. And right now, this pallet is what Kia calls this to be, is manually controlled. However, there's a good chance that this pallet might also be fully automated with a push of a button, and perhaps you could also perhaps operate it using a key fob. This is not official, however, it is a rumor. So you can see the wires running through and the shock absorbers. So judging by the look of the exterior, there is a good chance that it is electronically controlled. And this X-Pro, it has the add-ons that the one on the outside, that car did not have, as you can see. Does it have the sunroof? I will find out momentarily. And of course, there is still that gigantic truck bed inside, but you can fully use the car to your needs. There is only one motor power engine choice for domestic Korean market here, whereas the Australian market only gets 2.2 liter diesel engine. So I will include the specs of the engine powertrain on the screen right now. The rumor has it there could later be additions to engine choices, but it is what it is for the time being. So finally, let's get inside this Kia Tasman, the driver's seat of Kia Tasman. Oh, one thing I just noticed right away is this handle right here, something that I've never found in any of Hyundai Motor Group cars thus far. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I give it to you, Kia Tasman. Where do I get started? Well, let me just zoom in on this real quick. This is digital center mirror, which will come into a huge play when you have the luggage part completely blocked. So it is physically obstructed. However, it is wider than a traditional rear view mirror, I can tell you that. And speaking of mirrors, you do have gigantic side views. Massive squares and rectangles are things that we'll see a lot inside this car. And we're starting off with the side mirror, as I told you, and the tweeter, the speakers here. you'll see a lot. I absolutely love this door handle. It's unique. It was never on any of Hyundai Motor Group cars. It is uniquely Kia Tasman, exclusively for Kia Tasman only. I can feel that it's not metal. However, it's not that cheap plastic. I actually do prefer it this way because if it's metal, it's gonna be freezing cold during winter times. You could actually burn yourself during the summertime. So I'm not making this up for Kia. I actually do have a metal shift knob for my manual car, and that's exactly what I did during the winter and summer times. And there is heated and ventilated seats included with heated steering wheel in 3 levels for the seats, 2 levels for the steering wheel, and 3 levels for ventilated seats, and 2 memory seats right there. And this door catch is gigantic. It's not completely cut through, so you can place store items in here, anything that you can think of, and it's quite deep. Look at my hand, how deep it goes. The beautiful ambient lighting. This fabric design is floating, and there is the ambient light behind it. Literally ambient lighting. It's not directly shooting into our eyes since it's being reflected, bounced off. It's very subtle and warm, whereas this has the bold ambient lighting. Let me turn off the lights so you can see a strong ambient light that runs across right here, which is also found and included right here. And I recently have finished test driving Kia Sportage facelift, and it has the same ambient lighting running across, so you can see the unified ambient lighting throughout the entire cabin. You find the same on the second row seat, which I'll show you momentarily. Buttons for the windows and mirrors, you can see for yourself, and child lock, safety lock, and a gigantic cup holder. I think you can fit a medium size and moderate size tumblers even right here, no problem. And gigantic speakers from Harman Kardon, the premium sound system for Kia brands, and there are 8 speakers total. Just found out the telescopic, you can push it in and pull it out, up and down, but it's all manual right here as we can see. And other self-explanatory buttons, actually not. Let me get inside and tell you more about it. That is, well, you can control the level of your headlights right here, going up and down. Oh, there's only 2 levels though. There's only 1 and 0 and 1. And you can turn off the VDC, EPB, electronic parking brake, and this is to control the towing brakes. When you are towing something, you can control the level of the brakes. So come here, you can see there is a trailer menu, and you can enable the trailer mode and default trailer carrier mode. There is all sorts of different types where you can choose from. So you can go into this menu and read it off. Feel free to pause the video, see what the options are there for this. Sets the braking force applied to the trailer brakes. This is usually set based on the trailer weight. All right, so once again, the car is a pre-production model, so do keep that in mind. And when you go into the carrier mode, you can set the carrier trip distance. Oh, okay. So all this number, once again, it is because this car is a pre-production model. Please keep in mind. So that is probably a good demonstration of what the trailer mode is supposed to be. Trailer blind spot collision warning settings. So there's a lot of safety put behind this Kia Tasman together with the trailer setups as well. So once again, you can control the settings, the power of it using this, and the alert will say the trailer brakes are not connected. And look at this thing. I was not able to show you this up close last time. Rotate it, it will actually physically close the vents inside, so you can control the level of the fan that way, and just rotate it to whichever the direction you want it to face. And you can see that honeycomb design, right? Redirecting the wind flow just like that. It's lovely touch, don't you think? And this pad is indeed made of fabric, plastic chromes around, ambient lighting as well. There is just so much detail when it comes to this Kia Tasman's interior. I will show you the light operation momentarily, right there. Also does come with the pedal shifters. I will certainly play around with it during my test drive, so meet me over there. Eye sensors, it does seem to be now standard on all of the latest Hyundai Motor Group cars to meet the safety around the world. Yes, that is the opposite United steering wheel design, the Kia emblem all the way on the right. Everything ADAS related, HDA2, highway driving assist 2, so all the buttons, and the car comes with HDA2, the latest highway driving assist that Hyundai Motor Group has to offer. That is the phone call related and music volume, and you can go into different modes to see what it does. That is the average fuel consumption recorded on the car right now. 1.6 kilometers per liter. That is absurd. It just doesn't make any sense. Probably the car was fired up, just put on the stationary mode, display mode. Of course, you can see the power distribution, which we could see on all of the all-wheel drive Hyundai Motor Group cars. And yes, oh, you can get into the trailer brakes on this menu too. There is phone projection. The car does support wireless Android Auto as well as Apple CarPlay. So there is a button in the middle, and it's first time I actually see two separate buttons in the steering wheel, and that alone actually tells a lot about the car, I would say. Eco, Normal, Sport, My Drive, and press hold for tow. And let's see what it does. All right, so the tow mode is on. Another secondary button on the right. There is auto, snow, mud, and sand. Let me show it to you over here again. Auto, snow, mud, and snow. The thing with the terrain mode is that when you put the car into auto mode, literally it will be auto mode. It will detect the terrain that you are on and put the car into best driving condition and driving mode possible. Hyundai Motor Group has worked very hard on this mode. I strongly urge you to test it out. The column type shifter, which has been first introduced on Kia EV9, the flagship EV SUV from Kia brand, has been implemented on Tasman also. So there is the stop and start button. This is the button that you only use literally at the start and stopping the vehicle, right? So it only makes sense that manufacturers would save the space for this button. Instead of placing it here, make it a huge space in the middle, just like so. Brilliant and smart move by Kia on this. Hands down, one of my favorite tech, and it has been watered down to Kia EV3 as well. It is this is just absurd, ridiculous. I simply cannot believe that this is a pickup truck. This is a ute. Name one car that has this nice interior. Am I too provocative? I don't know. Well, I can probably say, because I'm not so much of a pickup truck guy, but according to my research, there is no car, no pickup close to this Kia Tasman with such a nice interior that this car has. These buttons are touch sensitive. Unlike EV9, I do not get any of the haptic feedback. So maybe there is a pros and cons on that. One horizontal line unified together with the dashboard design, and you can also watch YouTube right there. As you can see, activated, you will be able to watch OTT, Netflix, YouTube services, you name it, thanks to the CCNC, which is the connected car navigation cockpit. 12.3-inch monitors right and left, and in the middle is that 3-inch HVAC only, HVAC dedicated button, and this also has been watered down from EV9. Once again, huge props to EV9, otherwise we would not have seen this on this Kia Tasman today. You can do the same, rotate it, close it, open it, and adjust it to your desired needs. And this right here is extra storage right there. So horizontal line, another ambient lighting that runs all the way across, and roller type volume control. Press it to turn it off and on the media. Once again, the same feature we saw from Kia EV9. And 2 thumbs up for these physical buttons, because this is something that you use on and off, or maybe every single time you hop inside a vehicle. A lot of people who will be driving, operating Kia Tasman often will have gloves on, maybe have hands dirty. It might not be the ideal condition to operate that touch-sensitive HVAC. In the middle is the smartphone charging stations. Press this to charge only, and press this to charge and transfer the data. And that is C-type charging ports, only 2 wireless smartphone charging pads, and this is iPhone 16 Pro. So you get the idea, and the car will fit the Pro Max size, no problem. And Galaxy Z Fold, you name it. The status of charging, gigantic cup holders. There is specs about the car. Sometimes it's important that you know this when you are going underground parking lot and so forth. You can refer to this size right away. Fingerprint recognition system in the middle. You can operate the car without a physical car key, having this. So that's another huge plus. You not having to carry around a physical car key. So you can select all this by toggling through, and of course I can only operate it when the car is fired up, which I cannot do today, unfortunately. This is the downhill speed assist, and I wonder what the dummy button is for. Maybe for other cars, other trims, you might have another extra button here. There's a good chance this spot is reserved for other higher trims. So let's try out the parking view cam. Oh wow, look at this. A pickup truck, ute with 360 view cams. We're in a tight place, so it's surrounded by people, but it will work beautifully, flawlessly when you operate it outside real world. You can see the side views like that, the top views, 360 views. The list just goes on and on. And the beauty about this clear, crisp camera that I've been loving on all of the latest Kia, Hyundai, Genesis cars. Look at that, wow. And there is also a checklist, so you actually don't mess things up and get into a trouble. Look at that. So I will show you, fly through this thing. You guys can pause the video, see what it's got to tell us. But it is very self-explanatory, direct. There is the slide and tilt, things that we've seen here and there. And look at this headrest too. This is the mesh grille headrest, which is one of my favorites ever since I spotted on EV9. So it seems like a lot of things were borrowed from EV9, I dare to say. So it's showing how much Kia is serious about this Kia Tasman. Although it's not wide panoramic sunroof that we see on SUVs, of course it is just so much better than not having it. So the sunroof actually gets tucked in. I actually do like it better that way because it is going to be much more sturdy and firm than going over the top with the traditional wide panoramic sunroof. And yes, you can tilt it up just like so. You can operate everything here, self-explanatory. That is the toll, that is the built-in Cam 2, which is on board camera that will record both front and rear together with the audio. So you don't have to get third-party on board cameras no more. The mirror right here, and you can also stretch it out, yes, just like so. And it is gigantic. Look at that, gigantic. And you can control the seat 2, 4, 6 way. That is your lumbar support, and that is what the seat looks like. It's got that horizontal line, straight lines everywhere, and that is also found on this center arm console as well. Lift it up, the good old center arm console that we know of. And once again, there is another information about the car right here. And 12-volt outlet system, deep enough. I wanted to show you this, guys. There's a button here. Guess what this does? Look at that. Kia has gone above and beyond with this. You can extend this out literally a table. You can have your laptop, you can have meals. You can also still place your smartphone right here in the middle. Oh, look at that. It fits my iPhone 16 just like this. Perfect. A perfect fit. Love it. So utilize this as a table, but it is a good old armrest center arm console that we all know of. Big thumbs up. That's just amazing job that Kia has done. Let me show you the second row of Kia Tasman, of course. Again, I dare to say there has not been much attention about the second row and other passengers for pickup trucks, but check this out. I am sitting on the second row seat, and yes, the passenger seat is actually pushed back a little. See for yourself and be the judge. However, look at that. The leg room is not bad at all. The best part is that I can actually stick my feet underneath the seat that way, and this makes a huge difference of the seat comfort on the second row seat. If you guys know, you guys know. The second row seat of this car, you can also control the headrest like so, and there is a lever in the middle right here. You can actually, look at that. You can slide the seat forward and back. This is to utilize the space in the second row seat. It seems like it's much better than not having it. Of course, it's not as comfy as the first row seats. However, it is a crazy experience that I have never ever gotten on the second row seat of a pickup truck. Let me show it to you from this angle. Push it out, put it back in. So just like so. So I wonder if I can control it in several levels. Oh, wow. So it's not just on-off operation. It's not just 1-2 operation. You can actually click it in between any of this angle that you are seeing. Wow, this is crazy. Okay, so let me show it to you with this seat too. Push it back, pull it out. Easy to operate. I did it with one single hand. That's the view of the second row seat. Same thing, same door handle, and you do have 3 level heated seats on the second row seats too. Same ambient lighting that runs across, and the seat belts. You can fold the seat by yanking, pulling this off. I will show you momentarily. Harman Kardon premium sound system on the second row seats too. The pouch, something that we've seen on all of the latest Kia cars. You can store your items inside, and this will come in especially handy with Kia Tasman for sure. Although very tiny, you can store some more items in this pouch, and there is C-type charging ports on both of the seats, one over here and one over there as well. As I lose sun lighting, I can actually see the 2-tone different interior colors used on Kia Tasman. No individual AC control. You cannot have it on the second row seats, unfortunately. A little bit of extra door pocket, so you can place your iPhone just like that right there. So you can also hang your coat and purse. It is designed with that in mind. It's very sturdy and firm, so make a good use of this. More of this interior color with the low lighting, so you see what I mean by that. Distinctive 2-tone interior right now. Oh, just beautiful. So check this out. This is the beauty about the second row seat of Kia Tasman. That is, says right here, pull. You can pull this and see what's gonna happen. Again, I am doing it with one single hand. You will have no problem. So when you lift it up, there is extra storage underneath the seat. I honestly have no, and it does get locked, of course. So it's locked in there real good. Well, that fire extinguisher is to meet the government regulation here in Korea, and that is the emergency puncture kit. Do not use it unless you know absolutely what you're doing. It says right here, sealant, silicone sealant. Don't ask me how I know, because I never wanted to find out. So that is the trailer brake control module. It is made from Continental. It says TK1, which is the code name. So maybe I can show you better right here. So that's what controls the trailer brake, which is really important when you are hauling a big tow trucks. I also have towed and operated using a U-Haul truck, attaching my 350Z, drove it all the way from San Francisco to Los Angeles. So I know, I've been there. That brake control is going to save you a lot of burden on long distance drives. So take all this out if you need to. You can actually utilize this as your secondary or hidden storage underneath your seats. I am really curious how Kia pulled this off, all of this operations inside the second row seat. I mean, you can completely fold it, you can slide it, there is storage inside, there is seat belts, of course. I mean, just brilliant way of putting it all together. However, you're going to keep this part a little bit dirty when you use it frequently, so you might want to keep this as your last extra storage, if you know what I mean. And if you just yank this, pull this lever again, it will close on its own and it gets locked sturdy and firm. It's really locked in there real good. And pull this guy, you can completely fold the second row seat. As you saw, you can fold the second row seat completely flat. You can easily pull it back up by yanking it and just pushing it out like that. You can do the same with that side as we saw. One in the middle is the 2 cup holders, and this is a good place to place your smartphone, and so is this. Just like that. And 2 ISOFIXes on the second row seats, as you can see. And it is the same case for the passenger seat, of course. 2 4 6-way control seat adjustments, and you can do all the same. But one thing I missed out, a touch sensitive button, lock and unlock button right here on the passenger seats even. Let's go check out what's underneath the hood. And by the way, that is the footrest, a tall one relatively. I wouldn't really say it's wide. And brake and accelerator. So you see the parting line right here, and this is the plastic, like I have said. And yes, I do feel the latch right here in the middle. When you lift it up, is it gonna be? Oh, yes. So it is a gas lift. This is a gigantic engine bay that I have never ever seen before. So for your information, the domestic models get inline 4 engine, 2.5 turbo engine that we saw from other brands and cars, hooked up together with 8-speed automatic. The intake, by the way, look at this. The intake is sitting, where are you, all connected? So you see, that's what I mean. You can have the snorkel attached right here, going up that way through the A-pillar. So connected all the way to here, you'll get the air filter box, which will go into the engine bay. This certainly is a unique layout that I have not seen on any other Hyundai Motor Group cars just yet. Kia went above and beyond. Once again, sound absorber inside the hood and the bonnet. All right, let's check out the light operation of Kia Tasman. Everything turned off. Left turn, right turn, emergency, high beam, headlights on, auto, high beam, left turn, right turn, emergency light, and headlights off, left turn, right turn, emergency, high beam. And this is without the fog lamp and fog lamp on. Left turn, right turn, emergency light, high beam, lights on, left turn, right turn, emergency lights, high beam, fog lamp off, fog lamp on, and everything off, high beam. So let's go check out the rear as well. Lights off, lights on, lights off, left turn, right turn, hazard light, brakes on, brakes off, brakes on, brakes off, lights on, left turn, right turn, emergency light, brakes on, brakes off, brakes on, brakes off. All right, so that's it for today's video, guys. Going over meeting this Kia Tasman in person finally. Drop in the comment below anything you guys are curious about, because I will soon be test driving the car, and I will take this car to places that you expect me to bring this car to. And of course, I'm gonna go snowboarding.